I'm Chris Lachavo, your host for American Dream Television. A couple episodes ago, we had a chance to talk a little bit about our chain of lakes in Lake Howard here in Winter Haven, Florida. Well, today, we're actually going to have the chance to experience our chain of lakes. We are going to be joined by Rue Denton, owner and operator of Living Waters Boat Tours. He's been on these chain of lakes for 45 years. He's going to show us some of the wildlife we can find on the chain of lakes, as well as some of the great restaurants. And we're going to have a chance to see some multi-million-dollar homes and some homes that are $300,000 or $400,000 right here on the chain of lakes. He's going to talk a little bit about the history of this area and the Cypress Gardens area. And this is an opportunity to really experience what lake living in Winter Haven is really all about. You've been born and raised here on the chain of lakes here in Winter Haven. What made you decide to start Living Waters Boat Tours?
Always wanted to do it because I grew up in Winter Haven, and I lived on Lake Lulu when I was a kid, and my grandfather owned Camp Max. So I was either on the chain of lakes or I was on Lake Kissimmee. And we would go, frog gigging, gator hunting, fishing, tubing, jet skis, all that. All my friends lived on the lake, and that's what we did back in the day. So it's in the blood, and I love the history part of it. I used to work at Cypress Gardens back in the day. I was a botanical gardens boat cruise driver, so I learned about the history and everything, and the birds and all that. So I love that part of it. Went to the University of Florida, majored in public relations with a minor in history.
Go Gators.
So thank you. Yes. So yeah, it's in the blood, and I just love, I love people. I love finding the wildlife, and it's fun. So my wife started it in 2017.
Okay.
We started with one boat, and now we have 3 boats, and we have 5 employees, and we have a good staff, great crew, and they're passionate about it like me. They love it. They love being out here and finding the wildlife.
Yeah. It is not a bad way to spend your work day, that's for sure. So what is it about the chain of lakes you think that makes this place, this Winter Haven, so, I guess, unique and such a great place to live?
Yeah, great question. A lot of people live in Polk County and they don't realize, there's 554 lakes in Polk County. There's 50 lakes in Winter Haven, 24 connected. So, and then bars, restaurants, marina, seaplane base, and all the beautiful wildlife and everything. So once they come on board, they love it. We call them our frequent floaters, because once they come on board once, they get a discount of 15% off on their 3rd ride. They get a free ticket. So we're all about the customer service and the guests. They love it. We have a lot of snowbirds that come down. They may have homes up north, but they come here November through April, and they come on like 2, 3, 4 times, because they want to show off their town, to their family and friends. So it's a rich environment, with wildlife and the history of it all, and the citrus industry. And that's the thing about our tours. All of our captains are passionate about it. You're going to learn why the canals were connected. You're going to learn about the lakes. You're going to find wildlife. We have gators, otters, turtles, birds, great bald eagles, ospreys, wood storks. I mean, you name it, the birds are out here. The people love the wildlife, I think, and they love the history.
Yeah, I think it's the history too. That's just, there's so much rich history with Winter Haven that I think people associate Cypress Gardens. There's these old pictures of 1950 Cypress Gardens that you can still see out there on the internet and whatnot. But to see it in person, in real life, and to be able to experience the lakes and where all these historical things happen that are kind of a piece of nostalgia for a lot of people, I think. And here it is right here in little old Winter Haven.
And we bring it alive. We get a lot of people that have lived here for years, but they haven't been on the chain of lakes before, or they were on the chain of lakes 40 years ago when they were kids, and they want to go back down memory lane. I've got one lady that comes on 4 times a year. She was an extra in the Esther Williams movie. She was one of the extras on the pool, and she just loves to come and show, yeah, that's me right there. I was right there. It's just stuff like that. People love the nostalgia and the going down memory lane and seeing the gardens and stuff.
I've been your host, Chris LaChava with American Dream Television. I hope you enjoyed our opportunity to explore our beautiful chain of lakes here in Winter Haven, Florida. Not just talking about it, but getting a chance to actually be out on the water and see what the chain has to offer. I'm looking forward to the next episode, as I hope you are, as we explore the American Dream here in Winter Haven, Florida.